Once we have finished the creation of our template, let's go to import the raw data that we have. We're going to do this importation by copying the contents, such, and going into data entry and select paste values. The same thing it's going to apply for the quantities that we just stated. Let's copy. Let's go to the data entry, and on the amount column, we're going to paste it. Now we need to classify our transactions based on the data validation list that we just did. So purchases of raw materials, it's going to be purchase material. Then for the raw materials inventory beginning, I missed to get that entry into the data validation, so let's going to fix that now. It's going to be material inventory beginning. Okay, we have that. Let's copy and paste all the data validation to all about our cells. So validation, and there we go. Now let's going to pick it. So material inventory beginning, the raw materials inventory ending, we have material inventory ending. The depreciation factory, it's going to be manufacturing overhead. Insurance of the factory, it's manufacturing overhead as well. Direct labor is stated as direct labor. Maintenance of the factory, it's manufacturing overhead. Administrative expenses are not considered for this, so we're going to skip it. Sales are not considered either, so let's skip it as well. Utilities factory, it's going to be manufacturing overhead, so let's going to pick it. Supplies manufacturing, it's going to be manufacturing overhead. Selling expenses are not considered for this. Indirect labor is manufacturing overhead as well. Work in process inventory beginning, well, that's going to be work in process beginning. Work in process inventory ending, so it's going to be work in progress ending. Finished goods inventory beginning and finished good inventory ending, that's not going to be considered for this. It's going to be considered every element that was not considered in this, it's going to be considered for the income statement, which we will see later on. We're going to set the company name as well, which is HGDBA Inc. For the date, let's going to pick this. Format cells, then center across selection, and let's hit OK. For this, it's going to be the same. Date, we need to fix this as well. Format cells, and center across selection. Then we hit OK, and there we go. We're now ready to start the programming on VBA. Okay, let's go into open VBA. I will use the shortcut Alt F11. So there we go. And I like to work on the share this, like split the screen. So there we go. Now we're going to insert a model, and following the standardization principles that we just saw, this is going to be renamed as something that has to do with our template, right? So it's going to be SOCGM subs, or could be routines, but I would like to call it subs. Then we hit enter. Now we are going to name the sub in order to begin with, and this sub it's going to be sub SOCGM dash, we're going to name it transaction ID. As the name may suggest, this sub what we will do is classify the transactions in order to order them in the final template of this schedule of goods manufactured in order to start the proper report. Now, when we're on this sub, we will need to make a copy of our template. So in order to do that, I'm going to insert a model which will be called general functions subs, and I'm going to take some of my coding of my previous work and paste it there. This is going to help us in order to do the speed up of the template with the less error possible. Let's get back to our model SOCGM, and let's call one of the functions, one of the subs that we just pasted. So call general function, and we're going to call the duplicate template in order to duplicate the template for the SOCGM first of all. So it requests us two parameters. First is the text sheet template, which we are going to look here. Now we're going to copy this name, just double click it, then copy. That's going to paste it, and then comma and the text of the new sheet. This is going to be based on the date and the company name, depending on how you feel like, but we are going to define it like this for this exercise. So we need to declare two variables. In order for this to stop, I'm just going to comment it. So we need to declare a string variable, dim txt, and this is going to be the sheet name SOCGM as string, and this is going to be based on, as we stated, on the company name and the date name. So in order to do that, we need to declare as well the cells that are constant in our code. So okay guys, as always, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more awesome tutorials and be sure to like and comment this. See ya!